What's up, kinfolk? If I were to say cruel and unusual punishment, could the visions of Mississippi's hard time killing flow come to your mind? Well, see, for some of y'all, it's probably going to be difficult. But to the rest of us, this is an actual, factual, breathing reality. And it's been going on for quite some time now, y'all. This is Rankin County's detention center. It houses male adults. Behind these very walls has been some of the most heinous crimes against humanity. It'll make you sick just by hearing about them. This slaughterhouse has a trustee program, whereas trustees and staff, prison staff, have been known to drag inmates into dark corners, beat those inmates, whip those inmates. The inmates have suffered wounds so deep and even broken bones. This is Christopher Mack. Mr. Mack is a former inmate. As you can see, his injuries still hasn't healed. Kinfolk, my advice to you is if you get sentenced to this jail, you're probably better off requesting death by firing squad. One of the former trustees described the situation, the trustee staff situation, as if the trustees are more like a pack of dogs and they are waiting at the beck and call of their superiors. See, this reminds me of a slave plantation, whereas you have a wicked overseer and an Uncle Tom who abuses the slave at the pleasure and will of the slave master. According to one report, a mentally challenged man asks for something as simple as a drink of Coca-Cola. Soda pop, y'all. They strapped that inmate in a stun vest. Y'all check this out.
My name's Larry, and I volunteered for this.
Wait, hold on, let me take a deep breath.
Okay.
My name's Larry, and I volunteered to this. Oh! 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 Come on! Come on!
Now you get it covered. It's all over. I'm so
It's
proud
all
of you,
over.
Larry.
That's it.
Now, see, that's sad, y'all. First of all, I've got to ask y'all this. Can the mentally challenged person even consent to a torture like this, to a practice like this? Somebody come down there in the comment section and let us know. Speaking of slave master, this is Sheriff Bailey. This is the man who runs the facility, the head honcho, the man in charge. The sheriff department is noted for having what they call a goon squad. Now, back in 2023, members of the goon squad beat, tased, and sexually assaulted two black men, Eddie Parker and Michael Jenkins. Once finished with the assault, they shot Jenkins in the mouth, then tried to cover the whole thing up by planting drugs and a BB gun. That's right, a BB gun. Now, if this ain't corrupt, then what do you call that? To add insult to injury, one of the members of the board of supervisors was caught laughing, joking, mocking the situation by saying he beat the pants off of them. Y'all, Somebody tell me that right don't wrong nobody. Because this is all wrong, y'all. This is all wrong. But that's all right. Y'all check this out. Kinfolk, meet Mr. Christian Deadman. Mr. Deadman is a former member of this goon squad we were just talking about. But he turned inmate and snitch. This human waste of space. Flip Flop said that when he was working in the facility and conducting the activities that he was conducting, it gave him a sense of power. It made him feel respected. He also added that he didn't see nothing wrong with taking from taxpayers. You see the mentality, y'all? It had got so bad that the public was trying to get rid of Sheriff Bailey. But I'm thinking just like you all thinking. We can imagine just about what the punishments or attempted punishments may have been like for those who have protested. Look at Sheriff Bailey sitting at this board meeting in all his arrogance. And at the same time, the public is trying to force him out. But he sits there just like he ain't got a care in the world. So I guess the next thing is to wonder, why hadn't the FBI stepped in? Why hasn't somebody somewhere done something about this something? Well, I tell y'all this. It has also been reported that several lawsuits had been filed. But check this out. Somehow they just miraculously, mysteriously disappeared. Some due to deadlines not being met. Some due to expensive fees. Some due to technicalities. You take your pick. But I think that everybody should be held accountable from the past and the present. Y'all, put down in the comment section what you think. And until the next time, y'all travel on and travel well.